right. The next match we have is Dusty Rhodes making his WrestleMania debut with Sapphire, which also making her WrestleMania debut. Miss Elizabeth is no longer contracted with or connected with Macho Man ever since the end of the WrestleMania 5 main event, which separated the Mega Powers. But Macho at that time was recruited by Sherri Martel, the sensational Queen Sherri. After the Macho Man becomes the king, he becomes the king of the ring, or when maybe he won the Rumble. I have to go back and look, but that's how she ends up being the queen. So pretty much this pairing of Macho Man and Sherri pretty much happened instantaneously after WrestleMania 5 happened.
And we finally get to see a ladies match after WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, it was not really a ladies match, but we do get a mixed tag team. We haven't seen a woman match or actual women wrestlers in a ring taking bumps since WrestleMania 2. So that's we're getting back into getting women involved that aren't over the age of 50. Or maybe I'd have to look, but I don't think Sapphire was that old. But anyway, Maria, did you know that Dusty Rhodes is the father of 2 former WWE wrestlers? Oh, one is Goldust.
Oh wow.
And then the other one, I think when you started watching wrestling with me, he was known as Stardust.
Wow.
But now he is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Whoa. You know what? Now that you say it, I see it. Okay.
In his soul. Start the show. I don't know the rest of the words.
I did not. I mean, now that you talk about it, okay, it comes together. But
he's the working man. He's the son of a plumber.
Wow.
The American dream. American dream.
I know that music. That music is pretty good. You know,
let me talk to you, baby. All right, so versus Macho Man and Queen Sherri. This match goes 7 minutes and 52 seconds. So, Wayne, any previous recollections of you actually not baby, but little Wayne watching this? Not the rapper Little Wayne, but you watching this match.
Yeah. Let's not forget that both of these men could cut promos.
Yeah.
You know, when you want to talk about memorable promos, these two guys were definitely on top. These are two guys that people love to mimic and do promos after, like, oh yeah, baby. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the American dream, baby. Dusty Rhodes. And then you got, oh yeah, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. The cream of the crop will always stay at the top. Like, I love both of these guys. And, you know, it is when you go back and look at the two differences in attire, like Dusty Rhodes' attire compared to Macho Man's, it's like, oh my God, like, I can't believe Dusty Rhodes agreed to be like, yeah, I'll go out there in black and yellow polka dots, baby. And
I think he's been rocking those since he got
always did. And he made it work.
Yeah. I did not know that. I'm like, yeah, like a chaotic bumblebee.
Not to be confused with the killer bees.
Yeah. And you know, Macho Man, and Macho Man being the king at this time was like, I think, like the perfect gimmick for him. Like, it just went hand in hand with this guy, with the music.
He needed it.
Yeah, he needed it. And the gimmick that he was rocking, it went perfect with it. This guy had one of the most memorable outfits of all time.
Oh, yeah.
The long tassels. You know, he had the cowboy hat. I mean, they were all very vastly different. You know, he'd be changing them every pay-per-view. And you would always be interested to see what kind of outfits he'd be coming out in. And they were always eccentric and bright and tons of fucking glitter. But and then who can forget, you know, if you gotta, if you've never seen a Macho Man match, you definitely know Macho Man from Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh yeah,
That's true.
Mhm.
Or I recently, just the other night, I just watched Ready to Rumble, and you see
Oh,
a
he is
lot
in
of
that one.
wrestlers in that too. Yeah, he's in Ready to
He
Rumble.
makes a cameo with I think his valet at the time, Gorgeous George.
What?
Is in
Yeah,
it.
that a movie?
and
Yeah,
let's
that's the
not.
movie with
Oh, it's a
am I
terrible
confusing it?
movie,
Is
but it's a
that's the
terrible,
one with
great
David
movie.
Arquette, right? Where
David Arquette, yeah.
yeah.
It's back when WCW was doing everything to grasp at straws to stay on TV.
Oh,
So they made a movie, and it didn't even make it to theaters. I highly recommend anybody and everybody to go watch Ready to Rumble at least once. If you like wrestling, you have to watch it at least once in your life, and it has a lot of good laughs. You know, my favorite one is my favorite line of the whole movie is the dad telling him, you know, to grow up because wrestling's fake, and he goes, "Wrestling's not fake." You know, one of the best lines in the whole movie. It's just like reminded me of myself being a hard mark at a young age. So, and then also, I think one of his greatest the movies that he was in was Spider-Man. He was in the Tobey Maguire first Spider-Man. You know, he played Bonesaw. I got you here for 3 minutes. You know, let's not forget about that.
Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw is ready. Yeah. So, you know, these guys, even before the match started, like they had you hyped with the promos. And, you know, and then Dusty Rhodes comes out and he cuts a promo in the ring. Also, before they had wireless mics. So this is back when they had the long ass cord, you know, going. It was funny seeing the long ass cord, another, you know, showing how time has changed, going through, you know, the ring. But you know, and then him just cutting a promo on Randy, and Randy just, you know, you can't hear him, but the way he just physically acts towards the promo, you know, he had it all. And these guys, you know, it was a mixed match. These two guys are good in the ring, right? Simply one of the best. But, you know, I'm gonna say it. These both of these women, it made some parts kind of cringy, and I felt like they just had like no place in this match. I mean, Sherri tried her best.
Sherri later explains that she had very hard time getting Sapphire to remember how to do certain spots or how to perform certain moves.
Yeah, you can tell
during this match, and you can tell, and then you can tell what Sherri gets frustrated. And you know, from what I see, Sapphire doesn't really last that long.
No.
For this, I'm not sure if Dusty probably gets a wind or of it or something like that. But it turns out that you know, like some people when they get paired together, they end up getting like the real life feelings for one another. And Sapphire ended up confessing that to I guess to Dusty, and Dusty's like no, and then that they actually end up writing her off, and then you never hear back from her.
OMG.
Yeah, because I don't recall seeing her anywhere else.
Wow.
In the future. And this is, you know, we don't get a lot of these either. This is early mixed tag match too. Like we don't get a lot of mixed tag matches this early on because there wasn't a lot of women in WWE unless they were valets, you know. And you know, bringing Elizabeth out, you know, was always her and Macho being together in any way, shape, or form was always hand in hand with each other. You would always assimilate these two together all the time. So, and you know, even back then, she was so pretty, you know, in the 90s. She had crazy hair, you know, all the women's hair was kind of crarazy back then.
Everyone's hair was kind of crazy.
Everybody's hair, yeah. Either you had nice hair like Miss Elizabeth, or you had a mullet. So,
yeah.
So,
or like the Ultimate Warrior. I'm like, Aquanet was
he just had like a mop on his scalp. The Ultimate Warrior.
I was like, that hair.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like a lot of those haircuts. It's like they start a nice haircut and then they quit halfway through and then they just load it up with hairspray. So, a lot of hairspray back then.
That's the style.
But 7 minutes and 52 seconds of this mixed tag match.
Yeah.
So
you have any issues here? It looks like it's pretty standard type of thing where it's like Macho Man and Dusty are pretty much doing the most of the work, obviously, and it's a mixed tag, so it's like guys fight guys, women fight women.
Yeah.
Eventually, that rule gets broken. I think by Dusty, but not like in a malicious, like purposeful way. It's by accident, and then just keep going with it. Uh, so they get the Dusty and Sapphire end up getting the win because Sherri gets distracted by Miss Elizabeth, and then Sapphire gets a roll up pin and win after she trips her up while she's on all fours. You have anything like that you liked about this match or anything, Bam, that you want to point out?
I mean, I thought the match was fine, like you said. First time I've seen a mixed match like that, so it's kind of a curiosity to me. Also, shout out to that gentleman wearing a Batman t-shirt in the audience.
Yeah, this is after Batman
that's a
1989
brand
comes out.
new shirt. That's a hot new shirt. I even pointed that out too. That's awesome. Because I pointed that out too. I go to my girlfriend, hey, Andrew, check that out. That shirt is like crisp, fresh off the line. That is like Michael Keaton Batman shirt. That guy just saw that movie recently, and he's like, I'm gonna go buy that shirt. Yes.
I was like, I have that same one.
Yeah,
of course, purchased at a much later time. But a fan of the Batman. Very cool.
Yeah, I think this is one of my favorite matches just because of the two wrestlers we have here involved, and eventually this starts leading us back to a road of reconciliation. I won't go more into spoilers because I don't think it happens at a WrestleMania, but we do get a reconciliation of Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth.
I mean, then we see Macho Man, right? After this match, we get to see him in an interlude or
in an interview. I think we see him.
Interview.
Yeah,
he made me laugh. He said, "Suffering builds character, and you're going to learn a lot of character."
Yeah. Because that feud's not over.